Good afternoon or evening, whatever time it may be where you are. Welcome to What's Stitching in the Cottage and Nail Haul with Captain Stitches. Hello, I'm Jean. Thank you for joining me. So let's get right into what I have been working on. And here's Whip, of course, right on cue, but we're not going to pick him up. He'll mess with the microphone. So he's just going to have to say hello from down there and get back in his bed and be a good boy. Yes, get down, get down, get down. We might have to give him a treat, but then maybe he'll go lay down. So give me just a second. There you go, buddy. Okay. So back to what we were doing. So there, I've been working on quite a bit, really. It's just that it's only a couple projects, but those two projects take quite a bit of time. So as you know, last time I think I went over, this is a new project I just started on. We'll set that off to the side for now. But I have been working on the Mother's Love, which is this beautiful quilt made out of all hexagons, EPP, paper pieced. And there are actually 3,283 1-inch hexagons in this quilt. And then the applique also, at the end to add after all that is done. So I did finish tracing and cutting out of the fabrics all 3,283 hexagons. And I have started stitching on that, which this is the start of that center star. That is how far I have gotten. And yes, look at the stripes in that fabric, all lined up in the blue and also in this one going around. And so that is how far I have gotten. I forget how many hexes that is right there, and I do have these, which is what is needed for that inner star section, all on the papers and prepared. And I am using a numbering system while I am doing that so I don't lose track of where I am, which I can show you kind of how that works out. There's a graph of the quilt. And if you can see, that middle section is all numbered, and then all of the hexes have the number on the back of them as well that coordinates with the numbers on here. So I know which fabrics are which, where I am, and where to place them. And I do that as just as, for what I'm going to be working on at the time, not the whole entire quilt at once. But so I've been working on that. And then I also have decided I need to start stitching the projects that come in the Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler boxes. So I do have, August is when I started getting it this year. So I do have the pattern, which is called Rain Lilies, and it is a table runner. And I do have all of the fabrics cut and ready to start piecing that quilt. So I will be doing that. And I have decided that I'm going to try and catch up this month as much as I can on those that I have. I have to wait on a couple of them because I did order the finishing kits for them so that I can use the fabrics that go along with the line that came in the Fat Quarter sampler box. So those I have to wait on, but I have October that I can pull fabrics from my stash for the finishing part of that and do that. So I am going to try and catch up. And then my plan for next year is that the day that I receive the Sew Sampler box from Fat Quarter Shop, I am going to cut out that project that day and sew it, piece it that same week. So that is my plan for next year. So I get those done and they're not all stacked up, for several of them before you decide, okay, let's make that. And I will be sharing those with you as I, of course, open them and then as I piece them. And just a moment, I'm going to pause for just a second. Sorry about that. I had a little interruption there because I forgot to let someone know that I was going to be recording. So, sorry for the interruption, but on we go. So that is also the Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler boxes, the projects that are in those, I've decided I am going to do and keep up with. And as I was saying, as I work on those, I will probably share those along with you on my Wednesday tip demo Wednesdays and have some fun getting those all done and whatever else I am working on. And then I was doing some organizing, and as I was doing that, I came across, I can grab these and get them here, a Christmas panel that I have had, I believe it's since 2003, that I was going to make a quilted jacket out of at the time. Had a pattern that uses panels for a really cute jacket, using a sweatshirt and the panel, and I never made that jacket. So I was looking at it, and there just happened to be just enough 18 different squares on that panel that I cut for the middle section of these quilt as you go hexagons. And I'm going to make that into a table mat for the table, which I have these all prepared with backing fabrics to match, and had to come up with one for the middle that wasn't in the panel. So using these cute little Christmas peppermint candies for that, and just started stitching on that and have that all planned, and hopefully we'll have that done within the next couple days. There's no pattern, it's just putting the hexagons together into the middle flower shape, and then there's a round going around that, so it'll be a nice size when it is finished. But that is what else I am working on. And that, yes, is everything that I have been working on. Well, I also got some of my decorating done in here. I have my one small Christmas tree up right there with some ornaments on it, and can't quite put a tree skirt there. So that is the wreath that is in red work. That's all embroidered. That was a Kathy Schmitz project that I did. So I hung that there to give it a little more Christmassy look. That's a little pink Christmas tree. Oops. Right there. That is a coffee cup. Now, I don't use it as the coffee cup because it'd be rather hard to clean, I do believe, if I used it. So I just leave it sitting out as a decoration. And I have over here that you can't see, it's out of view, I have another small little tree that I'm going to put on some embroidered ornaments that I made last year and add those to that tree. But it's a little smaller one, and it's sitting on the desk so I can enjoy it right here as I am stitching and working on things. So that is everything that I've been working on, other than, of course, the normal organization that is ongoing still. Hopeful. Oh, I can't wait to get at least everything in the cottage organized again and in place and everything. And when I do, I promise I will do an updated tour of the Stitching Cottage for you all to view. So look forward to having that done. So now, of course, we are going to go on to, I'm going to move this stuff over here so it's out of the way, so I have some place to put the mail haul. Oops, it's underneath my I found my pens I was looking for. They just dropped on the floor. We'll get those later. I don't think Whip will bother them. But now on to the mail haul. That is one of your favorites. Oh, there's one other thing before we do that. I forgot that I have this over here because I thought I'd come up with a few ideas for if you had a quilter or a stitcher in mind that you wanted to come up with some cute little gifts for that would fit in a Christmas stocking. Maybe not a small Christmas stocking, but a nice size Christmas stocking if you wanted to. Some of the things that I enjoy and use the most out here in my stitching cottage, and a few things that maybe I don't, but I thought would be also good ideas. Of course, we can always use thread, and I did ask the question in my Facebook group, and the ones that commented on that all put that they would like the gray. A lot said the dove gray, which is the one color that I also use, but thread, so that you know what thread they use. That's easy to get and put in there because we go through a lot of thread and use a lot of thread. So that is one thing. And the one thing also, because I do a lot of the hand piecing and working with the hexagons now, and this isn't the gray that I use, it's on my thing in use right now, but I would also love it if I were to get the Wonderfill Deco Bob or the Invisifill threads in mine. So that would be nice. And because I do a lot of embroidery, this is a really cute little gadget to have. This actually holds a ball of Valdani. There's a little hole in the top for the thread to come out, and then there's a little magnet on top that holds your needle and thread. So when you are using it, it looks like this. It will hold, depending on the size, sometimes you can fit 2 different balls of your pearl cotton in there. And you can see that the thread comes right out the hole on the top. I've got a needle and a needle threader on that magnet on top, and it can sit there right by where you're working and be very handy. So that would be a neat idea also. And of course, I love my Soul Line pens. This is the chalk lead pencil that I use for marking in a lot of my stitching, especially my hand quilting and any hand piecing that needs to be marked that I do. This is what I use and love, and that is, again, the Soul Line. And also, this is the Soul Line glue stick. And of course, you want to make sure that on both of them, you get refills to go along with them. So that would also be something great to put in there. A little notepad. You can find a cute one. They have these at almost all your quilt shops anymore, up by the registers, and they are really cute. It flips open. It's kind of like set up like a matchbox, but it's got the little notes in there that you can use and come in handy to have on your desk. So that would be another cute item. In addition to the Soul Line pens, I use the Micron permanent archival ink that are good for fabric. So those would be a great thing to get a quilter. These are the 3 that I believe come in. All 3 of these are 05. Usually there's the 05 and the 03 and the 01 in them, but this is a set of all 05 size. Let me see. And of course, we always need pins. I don't have one that was in the original packaging. This is the case they come in, but these are the magic pins that I like, and I believe they are the applique fine size. I use them a lot, and those would be great to put in as a little stocking stuffer. And we all use the quilter's clips, as you saw. This is almost empty because I have the majority of them in that quilt as you go, Hexie quilt as you go project that I'm working on right now. And we need to get this over out of the way. There we go. But you can get them in these cute little pins. That would be awesome to get. And a good tip here is open it up before you put it in the stocking. And what quilter doesn't like to have some chocolates? So throw a few chocolates in there for them also. They will truly love that when they open it and see that, oh, what a nice surprise inside there. But that would also be a great thing to put in for a stocking stuffer. And yeah, I had all my pens in one place. I just didn't pick them up that way. But the other thing I use a lot are the Frixon pens in the different colors. Love them, use them all the time. You can use them for marking on things you're not going to iron, because once you iron them, it goes away. So remember that. But I also use them in my scheduler and my planner because it's color coded. So love the colors. And of course, if I have to change something, they're erasable, so I can erase it and make those changes. So love them, use them all the time. And of course, we have a lot of needles and pins that we work with all the time. So this sewing magnet mate would be a great gift to have as a stocking stuffer. Also, it extends so that you can reach in places that you can't get to if you have dropped a pin or a needle, and you can find that. That's another item. And then, of course, scissors. We never, never, never have enough scissors. And these are my favorite scissors right here that I use the majority of the time. The very smallest ones, and they are very, very sharp, cut very, very well for a certain individual who was saying they would love a small pair of scissors that actually cut. These are Karen K. Buckley, and they are the very small ones, and they truly are awesome scissors. They have the serrated knife edge and really cut very, very nicely. Just make sure you don't use it on paper. Save your fabric scissors for fabric. We all know that as quilters. So that is one of my favorites. Another one is this size in the Karen K. Buckley as well. Love it. And then, of course, those of you that know me, my all-time favorite scissors are the Havel scissors. They also have the serrated edge and come in different sizes. And what I really like about them is the size of the finger holes in them, so you don't get your fingers caught and stuck while using them. But these are my all-time favorite. I have several pairs of these and keep them in almost all my projects. So that would be a great thing also for a stocking stuffer. And it's Christmas time. Everybody gets into organizing, mode for the new year and planning and everything. So what quilter or stitcher wouldn't love a quilt project book? And this happens to be one from Fat Quarter Shop. It is awesome. It has starts so you can number your project list. I believe it goes up to, let me check here, on the last page. Well, there we go. It goes up to 150 for listing projects. And then it has the little ones that start out with so that you can put the quilt name, the fabric, the designer, the pattern, quilted by, the size, the start date, the end date, and then check off that it's done. So you can also keep track of those projects. So that is a cute little handy thing. If you can't find this, just get a little journal that they can use, and they can use that for their quilt project book, or there are other ones that you can also find. And last but not least, when in doubt, or even, if you have other things, it's awesome if you know where the individual that you are getting something for that is a quilter, what some of their favorite shops are, or where they shop online, and just get them a gift card. One of my favorite ones, and everyone knows that I shop a lot at, is Rusty Crow. That's where I get a lot of my Valdani pearl cotton, some of the needles, yeah, wool, patterns, all kinds of things related to the hand stitching that I do. So that would be awesome. If your hubby or your family or whoever knew that, and they could just get you a gift certificate to be able to use. And then if you have a local quilt shop, they can stop in there. They can get you a gift card from there. Our local quilt shop happens to be Sharing Stitches, so that would be awesome. And of course, online, I do shop at softsquares.com and Fat Quarter Shop. So they both also have gift certificates. Almost all of them do. And what would really be awesome is if you are a quilter giving a quilter something besides to put in a Christmas stocking or whatever. Maybe challenge them with something they haven't done yet and have been talking about and wanting to try, like this awesome little sashiko kit. I think you can kind of see that fabric is pre-printed there, but it has everything in it that you need to get started and try out, and not a big purchase to see whether you're going to like it or not, and enjoy it. Or you can make up your own little kit in one of these cute mesh bags. They come in really handy. Just pick out a cute little pattern. This one uses charm squares, so you can just add the charm squares in there and whatever, background fabric, binding fabric, and they have a cute little quilt kit all ready to start working on in the new year. So those are my ideas for something to use for gifts for quilters and stitchers that would fit in a Christmas stocking. So try and get it, the majority of it, back out of my way now, so we can start on the the mail haul. Let's move this over here so we have room. Okay, and of course I will switch to the overhead camera now so that you will be able to see the mail haul better. And hopefully it won't switch the microphone on me when I do that. But to get the correct one. Oh, where is it? There it is. Oh, sorry. It helps to click the correct button. There we go. Now we're to the overhead view so that I can share with you. Move that out of the way. Share with you the mail haul that since last time I shared. And of course, I get the fabric bundle of the month from the Collage Quilter, who is Emily Taylor. And this is the bundle for this month, for November. Actually, I haven't received December yet. I think it's on the way. It should be here anytime. But this is called Foraging in the Forest. And it's called Fallen Leaves, Wooded Walks, Gathering for Winter. And it has these beautiful, if we can get them out of there, these beautiful fabrics. Oops, leave it down here. Then you can see them. But yeah, you can move that up a little closer at the end there so you can see those fabrics better. But that is what came in it this month. And these are 1/8 yard cuts. That's what's used. There we go. You can see it better right there. But so that is from Collage Quilter, and it is a subscription that I subscribe to. let me see, we want to get at that last. Then we also have, oh, come out of there, this book that I got. I have a lot of fat quarters and need ideas for quilts with fat quarters. So this is the Fat Quarter Workshop. It's 12 skill building quilt patterns, and they are a little bit of a challenge. They are not, let me see. They are quite different, take a little bit more thinking than your average. They have the Bargello in there, a couple different Bargello. Yes, there's another one. So if you like a little bit of challenge with your fat quarters, there's also that one. This would be a great book to get and have fun working with your fat quarters in the upcoming year. You seem to be missing. Okay, there they are. And of course, I did bring up the new year and the planners. So it's time to make sure that you have those for the new year. My password book is getting a little messy and sloppy from changing everything. So I did get a new password book so I can start out and clean that up and add the new ones in as the new year progresses. And then this is the planner that I use every year. It is the Clever Fox Planner Pro Hourly Weekly Planner, and it is awesome. You can see it has all the lights kind of right there. Let's see if we can get it, but it's got the days of the week. It's got today's goals, the priorities, and then it has the time from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night by the half hour to schedule your times and everything. It's got the calendars. It's got a monthly review, and it also has the individual calendars in the front. Sorry, the light's not great for that. It's got extra pages back here to be able to do notes, and it has your goal setting and all of that stuff in there. But love these. That is the one that I use. I get a different color every year so that I don't get it mixed up. I do save them. I go back and I check and see what it was that I did in the previous year and stuff looking up. And of course, with that also in mind, you need binders for your projects. So these are some nifty expandable ones that I love because you can put it in your project and your pattern in the little page protectors, and then it's a binder so you can add to it instead of it just being a file folder and you end up trying to stuff more than what the file folder will fit in there. But there are 3 of them. I've got one that I'm using for the mother's love. So it came in a package of 4, and those are awesome. I was going to see if it's doesn't list the name of them, but I'll see if I can remember to put that in the description box below. I'm going to move those out of the way because now we have an order from Soft Squares. And I love how she has added this little folder that comes in the top of your order now. And she's got all her information in there. So if there's anything you want to know about Soft Squares, it's all in there. She's got also a free little pattern that uses a charm pack and some additional yardage, but that is awesome also. But yeah, it's got the information on her retreats that she has and everything like that. So, and whatever sales or whatever is going on, but she has a cute little folder now that all that information is in, and that's Lynn at softsquares.com. So let's see what I got. I know I got 2 patterns. She had those on sale for $5 on her Monday night live sale. She has them every Monday night, 6:45 p.m. I believe it's Mountain Time. So you can figure that out by what time you live in. But this is Home to Nest. It's a cute little applique. Let me see if I can get that the right direction. Little cute applique table runner. It's got sunflowers and the little birds down there. I thought that was really, really cute. There you go. You can see that better. So picked that one up. And then, you remember Over the River and Through the Woods. This is a pattern by the same designer, Meg Hawkey, Crabapple Hill Studio. And remember, she retired. She is no longer, all of her patterns that she had, she sold out. So only you can find very few of them now through Etsy, eBay, and others. The majority of them are gone. And Lynn from Soft Squares happened to have this one called Front Porch Pale. And I didn't even notice. I was just looking and knew that it was a Meg Hawkey one and, wanted that. Which uses the color tinting on the inside. But look, it's got hexagon flowers going around it in the border. So that is awesome. And then on to the fabric. She was having an awesome fabric sale. So I got several fabrics. We'll open these and share this with you. These were from one collection, which these beautiful, that's lavender and lavender and blue is what that actually is. And that, I believe this is called hydrangeas. If I look at my little paper here, I know it's got that on there. If I miss any of them, we'll lay that off to the side. But that is from not sure. But and then this is one that has the little separate. It's got the beehive and says sweet as can be, and then has the bee in it and the flowers, a little beehive over there. But yeah, several beautiful coordinating fabric to go along with that. This one is called Mushroom Jars. Turn that around. It's got the mushroom jars and the butterflies on it. Beautiful nature print that goes along with it. And then it's got that in plaid with these larger sections. I thought it would be beautiful fabric for slow stitching journals. So, and then the coordinating plaid that goes with it. And these are all 1 yard cuts in this. So got those. And then on to the next collection. This one has a few more fabrics in it. And I got 2 yard cuts in all of these. Take those stickers off there. I don't need those on there. So this is called Dusty Boot. Isn't that beautiful? If you're into the country style look at all or know someone that is, just beautiful fabric of the dusty boots in all the colors there. And then this one is, is called Toss, which is just, hats and boots, flowers, butterflies. It's even got the little rope that you use there. So another beautiful one there. Here we have the Highland cows and flowers. Coordinates with that. Just, I think they're beautiful fabrics. And then this is the toile with the Highland cows that goes along with it. And then we have another bag that also goes along with this collection. Take the stickers off there again. Let me see. This one is called Navajo Geo. And it looks like kind of like fence rail, but then it's got kind of like a quilt pattern on it that coordinates as well. And then this is the wood grain roses. And you can see it's got the same little quilt block in the background on there as the previous one. But beautiful. And then it also has that in the, there's the Highland cow again, but it's got other one to also be able to cut apart and do as you want. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful fabrics. And these are all 2-yard cuts in this collection that I got. So going to have a lot of fun with all of those fabrics and the patterns. Go back in there with that, put those back in there. And that is everything in my mail haul. So I will go back, come back on the regular. Hope I hit the right one there. Yep, here I am. Sorry about the delay in there. But so hope you enjoyed that mail haul. The ideas for some small gifts for a quilter or a stitcher that will fit in a Christmas stocking, and also what I have been working on and still working on plans for the upcoming year. Hope to be doing some exciting things and sharing along with all of you. So thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope that you are all having fun and enjoying getting ready for Christmas and the holidays, and will be safe and enjoy your time with family if I don't see you before then. But I should, just no guarantees. So thank you, everyone. Have a great day, a great evening. And remember, until next time, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.